Have you ever felt the urge to stick about 20 grenadier to the roof of a cave, about 40 foot in the air, and then watch them plummet to the ground? You have? Oh, me too. Well, your prayers have been answered in the form of a spaghetti monster Nidus. That name is, of course, a copyright tactical potato. Hey, what's up, you beautiful feckers? How you all doing? Now, this setup focuses on a max range Nidus with negative duration, high efficiency, and of course, a decent amount of power strength. Damage output of your Nidus will be increased by your stacks anyway, so power strength isn't much of a problem with this build. This is one of those weird setups that you try out for a laugh and end up thinking, shit, this actually works pretty damn well. Like max range Ice Wave impedance was when it first... I almost said impedance there, kind of like a floppy Ice Wave. When it first appeared, the thoughts of running a Frost not for his bubble at that time was a crazy thought. Back then it was all about Frost's bubble. What do you mean you're not modded for bubble? You're a Frost. Get the fuck... But of course the Ice Wave setup is an amazing setup and now it is used by a lot of Frost players. The biggest thing with this Nidus build is of course the range and the spam ability of your lava ability. It means that with max range you can group up a full room of enemies or an incredibly large group of them and then nail them with your weapon of choice. And of course it's funny as well watching them bungee up into the air and then spaz around until they hit the ground again. I kind of wish that enemies would also take a little bit of fall damage when they landed, especially if they're 40 foot in the air. Kind of seems a bit silly when one of them lands on his head and doesn't take any damage. But hey, we're in space and Kubrus lay eggs. Now of course certain enemies will kind of neutralise the effect of lava, whether it's one of those ancient Xmas auras that will stop them from actually getting lifted up into the air, but you can just shoot those guys in the face and that works just as well. Now because you only have 2 seconds on your lava ability, it means that you can keep spamming it to crowd control the crap out of enemies. So again, the build is all about crowd control, nothing else. Now I've had a variation of this setup on my Nidus from the first week that he came out, but the duration I had was a lot longer, somewhere around 6 to 8 seconds, and this allowed me to have a longer duration on my Link ability to stop me taking damage, and of course his ultimate ability as well, but it meant that my lava wasn't really spammable. So a friend of mine, Arctic Wolf, who of course was my first ever Patreon, who has shown me a few weird and wonderful builds in the past, linked me to his Nidus setup, and this is it. Remember, this is just for crowd control. Tweak it however the hell you want to match your own playstyle, but definitely give it a try because you might enjoy it. It changes Nidus into an incredible crowd control frame, and when enemies get grouped up it means that you can nuke them with your weapon of choice, whether it's the Tonko, the Simulor, the Tigris Prime or other weapons that excel at nuking large amounts of enemies. In fact, even grouping enemies into a Pox or Torrid cloud that you already had on the ground would be a great kind of synergy, and the synergy with other frames as well, like a Slow Nova or an Ice Wave Frost to slow down enemy animations while they pick themselves up off the floor, works incredibly well. Oh, and you can also grab those enemies and drop them over the edge into the abyss, which gives your squad instant breathing room. Now let me know what you guys think of the spaghetti monster Nidus. Like I said, try him out, give him a chance. He is absolutely an amazing setup. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.